Okay, Wittle Defender, I have officially hit the 100-day mark on my pay-to-win account and figure I would go through and kind of just show you where I'm sitting at and how much I've spent. Now, even though this game did go and rob all the players of more than 800 essence back in May, don't worry, they gave you 1,000 gems for it. This game is actually still one of the ones where when you put money into it, it's a lot better than the other ones for maxing out your account. If you've been following the channel for a while, you know I've got about 6-7 grand into Archero, I've got about 10 grand into Capybara, and I'm nowhere near close to max. But this one here, I've only spent $1,268. You can see this is everything I've bought in the game. The first week I didn't spend anything. I usually like to kind of go and see if that 7-day carnival there can be completed as free to play, which I was able to do. And then once I reached that point, I just started spending away. But as you can see here, we're level 80 so far. And as far as all my heroes, the only one I have max right now is Robot. I've got a ton of shards to kind of go and take some of the other ones up, but once again, we're lacking that essence that they took from us. I did take the Sword Saint up to 3 diamonds, that way I can unlock that passive, get the full 30% crit rate boost on that. And this is typically the army that I'm using all the time now. We got the Robot, we got the Sword Saint, we have Seraph, and then I'm also using the Blazing Archer and then the Ice Demon. Seraph, we're pretty close to leveling that one up. That'll probably be next, but just kind of lacking a couple more copies in the essence. But by the time I get the essence, I'll have enough to go and take her there. And then for the treasures, no mythics yet. I mean, we do have a bunch of these things we're sitting on, but don't have enough to go take it up there. But we do have one of the Robot treasures at Legendary +2. We had the R1 at Legendary, and then both the Seraph ones just sitting at Legendary also. And then I have a couple other ones for some of the other elementals, like the Ice Demon, the Blazing Archer, and then even the Sword Master. So if I do need to go throw one of those in, drop the Robot out, then I could just pop that on. For the chapter I'm on, currently stuck at 240. I need to get a couple of the other heroes up because they're just dying so fast when Sword Saint and Robot are the only ones kind of hanging around, which still isn't enough to beat it, but a couple of days from now, we should be able to get past this point. For the Star Challenge, I'm sitting at 530. I could beat some more levels, but I'm just kind of waiting for that instant victory on it there once I go and advance further. I did play a couple of them, but you can see I'm still sitting at 7th place, and there's a lot better players than me on this server number 2. The Golden Rat Hole and even the Goblin Ground, we're completely maxed out on those. Level 120s beat, so it's just 3 blitzes on those every single day. And then the Boar Hunt, we're on difficulty 26. This is kind of a big one. I need to push this some more, hence why I need to get through those chapters more, because once you go and play the actual boss challenge and you make it to endless, you can't go any further, it stops dropping that mythic gear. So the Boar Hunt then becomes a place for you to get those new drops, and that's where you really can decide of which piece of gear you want to have equipped. And as far as that gear, we have everything sitting at Mythic. I got a bunch of 5 stars. We do have some that are 1 stars, and that's where that Boar Hunt's going to come in handy to fill those empty slots. The gear level is sitting between 80 and 90, and for those refinements on it, you can see all my 90 stuff is sitting at 20, and then the other stuff is sitting at 18. For those boss challenges, every single one we're in endless. We've opened up all the chests, so whenever I play it, I don't get any rewards, so I pretty much just go in, select my skills real quick, and then pretty much the second I go and select them, I go and just bail out, and I'll take whatever score that was for when it was easier to go and score on this thing. Even if I did sit there for that full 20 minutes, there still wouldn't be any rewards I got from it, so not really any sense to play it, in the fact that the players I'm going up against are sitting at a lot higher than what I have for a score. So even me saying at ranking number 2 at 7 billion, the number 1 player here is sitting at 21 billion. Even if I tried on it, I'm getting nowhere close to that. I will still get some ranking rewards, but still nothing that's really going to help out with that gear too much. For the Abyss Crusade, we're sitting at floor 179. Usually I'm able to push maybe like 5 or 6 of these every single day. So now that I have this robot at 20 stars, should be a little bit easier, but still eventually it comes to a point where I just end up dying. And then the Runic Plains, this is pretty new, but I do have Nightmare 5 on all of them. And then as far as my runes themselves, I think I only actually have 2 at that Mythic, or what is it, the Immortal quality here, Arcana quality. So this is one of them right here. And I just grabbed one the other day with testing out the new heroes there, which it's going to be one of those crit rate ones. So I'll probably have to slot that in, just haven't gotten around to it yet. With the amount of money I have spent, we're still only at level 8 for the VIP on it. Still not going to complain, that is kind of nice, but it's been taking a while to get up to this next one, and I think that might be an extra $170 I might need in order to get it to that point. But with spending all that money, pretty much the big things I would say to go if you're looking to spend is all three of these, the lifetime, the basic, and the premium. I have gotten some of the battle passes. I don't really think that's the best way to go on it, but those three there. And then the other one that's a huge one to get is going to be those adventurer funds. 43,000 gems is a lot, and for 30 bucks, it really is the best deal. Put it on the raid up and you're good to go. And when we spend all that money, I'm in the top guild of the game here with all the other whales too. So it's, I guess, a benefit of going and spending some cash. But I think that's just about everything for achievements inside the game based by what I've spent so far for 100 days. So gonna keep on diving into this, keep on pushing and see where it takes me. I'm sure there'll be more things that get added that makes it a little bit harder to get to this point, but still, I'm having a lot of fun with this game, and I really do recommend that anybody is looking to play a new game to give this one a try. But speaking of spending money, if you want to know if you should be dropping some cash on that new raid up hero, take a look at this video right here. Thanks for watching, and remember, I pick my butt.